Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is titled Why Canada's Military is More Powerful in 2025. Okay, we're going to check this together, and yeah, buckle up. Let's dive right into the video.
Canada's military isn't often in the spotlight, but it's a force to be reckoned with. From defending Arctic sovereignty to contributing to NATO operations worldwide, Canada punches far above its weight. Today on Battle Hub, we're taking an in-depth look at the true power of the Canadian military. Let's get started. Canada's military power is deeply influenced by its geography, making it a key player in global security. As the second largest country in the world, it spans nearly 10 million square kilometers, with borders that touch the Atlantic, Pacific, and Arctic Oceans. This vast territory brings immense strategic challenges and opportunities. One of Canada's most critical regions is the Arctic. Covering 4 million square kilometers of the country's territory, the Arctic is rich in natural resources and increasingly important as melting ice opens new shipping routes.
4 million. Okay.
The region also positions Canada as a frontline state in potential geopolitical rivalries with nations like Russia and China, which are ramping up their own Arctic activities. To the south, it shares the world's longest undefended border with the United States. This unique partnership underlines the importance of joint defense initiatives like NORAD, which provides air and missile surveillance across North America. NORAD ensures that Canada and the US work seamlessly to detect and respond to any threats, including incursions into their shared airspace. Canada's proximity to the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans also makes it an essential player in securing maritime routes. With global trade increasingly reliant on these waters, the Royal Canadian Navy plays a pivotal role in ensuring that international shipping lanes remain secure from piracy and other threats. Let's now take a closer look at how the Canadian Armed Forces are structured to meet these challenges. The Canadian Armed Forces, known as the CAF, are divided into three main branches: the Canadian Army, the Royal Canadian Navy, and the Royal Canadian Air Force.
Ooh, you know what's quite interesting? I've actually not heard lots of people or heard people talk about Canadian military, right? And now it's fascinating. I love it. I love what I'm hearing so far. Okay, Royal Army.
Together, they make up a total of 68,000 active personnel, with an additional 27,000 reservists ready to support operations when needed. While this may seem small compared to some global powers, Canada's military compensates with highly professional training, advanced equipment, and strategic alliances with key partners like NATO and NORAD.
Wait, it's not small. 68,000. 68,000 is not small at all. What? Nah, it's not small, do you know?
Alliances with key partners like NATO and NORAD. Each branch plays a crucial role in ensuring the country's security. The Canadian Army is responsible for land-based operations, from armored warfare to humanitarian missions. The Royal Canadian Navy protects Canada's vast coastline and maritime interests, including the resource-rich Arctic. Meanwhile, the Royal Canadian Air Force maintains control of Canadian airspace, supports NATO missions, and conducts surveillance across the Arctic and beyond. Canada's military spending has been steadily increasing in recent years, with a defense budget of approximately $26.4 billion in 2024. While this amounts to about 1.3% of the nation's GDP, falling short of NATO's recommended 2%, it reflects a growing commitment to modernization and preparedness. A significant portion of this funding is directed toward upgrading aging equipment, expanding Arctic capabilities, and enhancing cyber defense infrastructure. The government has also launched initiatives like the Strong, Secure, Engaged Defense Policy, which outlines long-term goals to enhance Canada's military readiness. These include investments in new ships, fighter jets, and advanced technologies that will ensure the CAF remains capable of meeting 21st century threats.
But still, I still think that they've got decent things going on there, or decent amount going on there, because judging from the fact that this, I'm just gonna be honest, this is my first time hearing about or checking a video talking about the Canadian army or military army, right? I actually haven't, like, not like in my head, I don't think they exist. I know they exist, but I've actually not taken time or taken our time to check videos talking about it. So this is new experience, and I just think it's kind of decent. Yeah, and every country's military army is going to be different for the country needs or country is concerns. I mean, have we ever heard Canada go to war to another country or go to war with another country? Why would they? Why would they though? They don't. Right? They don't. They don't. But that doesn't mean they don't need the army. But still, I just think it's decent going on there, because Canada sounds like peace. Canada sounds like peace. Yeah. Yeah.
When it comes to military hardware, the Canadian Armed Forces operate a diverse array of advanced equipment. In the Canadian Army, the Leopard 2 tank stands out as a cornerstone of its ground forces. With 82 of these modern tanks in operation, the Army is well equipped for armored warfare, and the fleet also includes over 1,600 light armored vehicles, including the highly versatile LAV-3 and its successor, the LAV-6. These vehicles are critical for troop mobility and protection in combat zones. The Royal Canadian Navy is another area of strength, boasting 12 Halifax-class frigates that form the backbone of its fleet. These multi-role warships are essential for patrolling Canada's vast maritime territory. The Navy also operates 4 Victoria-class submarines, which provide a crucial underwater presence. Looking to the future, Canada is investing in 15 new Canadian surface combatants, a state-of-the-art class of warships designed to replace its aging frigates.
That's it. And I also think that part of it is because we watch lots of movies, and there are some countries that also project or talk about or some movies that talk about some specific countries, army and whatnot. I don't think I've ever seen a Canadian movie that actually talked or projects about Canadian army. I haven't seen any. If you've seen any, let me know. I haven't seen any, so maybe that's more like why I haven't actually paid attention or come across any video talking about it. But this is good information so far. Learning about it makes total sense. Makes total sense. And they don't make noise. They don't make noise. I mean, I'm talking about Canada itself. They don't make noise.
Skies, the Royal Canadian Air Force currently flies 86 CF-18 Hornet fighter jets, which have been the workhorse of Canada's air defense for decades. However, a major upgrade is on the horizon. Canada has committed to purchasing 88 F-35 stealth fighters, with deliveries expected in the coming years. These aircraft will ensure Canada remains capable of meeting the most advanced...
Hold on, let me take it back. Okay, how many flags did I see?
Aircraft will ensure Canada...
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. Okay. Joint strike. Oh, because I know I can see a lot of flags. There's Canada, there's Australia, right? There's UK, that's Ireland, right? That should be Ireland. There's UK, there's America. One looks like Norway, I think. I'm sure that is it.
Aircraft will ensure Canada remains capable of meeting the most advanced aerial threats. Beyond traditional hardware, Canada is embracing new technologies like drones and cyber warfare tools. For example, the MQ-9B Sky Guardian unmanned aerial vehicle is being integrated into the CAF's surveillance operations. These innovations demonstrate Canada's commitment to staying ahead in an era of rapidly evolving military technology.
Also, something came to mind. I also want to know what those flags symbol mean, right? Does it mean like the countries they are in agreement with, or the countries of course they are not supposed to go to war with, right? Or what does it mean? I mean, I'm not into like knowledge of war details, allies or whatever and all that jazz. I really I've not paid attention into those, and do I really care about that? Because I'm not much of a fighter, if that makes sense. Doesn't make sense. So like I want to know what those flags mean. I mean, on the, that's a jet, right? That's a military jet, right? F-35. What does it mean, right? What does it mean? Somebody can explain to me. I mean, I don't know, and I'm not going to be ashamed for saying that I don't know what it means or what is the meaning behind it. So please be kind enough to explain what that means to me, right? Or what that means, so I can learn.
The recent resignation of Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has sparked significant speculation about how this political shift could impact Canada's military power in 2025. Trudeau's departure marks the end of a leadership era characterized by challenges in meeting NATO's defense spending targets. Under his tenure, Canada allocated only 1.37% of its GDP to defense, falling short of the alliance's 2% benchmark. This funding gap has drawn
Okay, maybe this is where it's defense. But there are other flags that were there as well, right? This is defense. Are they allies? They should be, right? They should be.
7% of its GDP to defense, falling short of the alliance's 2% benchmark. This funding gap has drawn criticism from international allies, including the United States, where key figures have labeled Canada's defense contributions as insufficient and even risky for NATO's future. The resignation also comes at a critical juncture in U.S.-Canada relations. With the incoming U.S. administration under President-elect Donald Trump, tensions are expected to rise. Trump's campaign rhetoric has included provocative statements about Canada's sovereignty, even suggesting a merger between the two countries. Such comments, though dismissed by many as hyperbolic, highlight the challenges Canada faces in asserting its independence while maintaining a strong partnership with its southern neighbor. A strong defense policy will be vital for navigating these complexities. Canada's ability to defend its sovereignty, particularly in the Arctic and other strategic areas, has been a recurring concern.
Here's what I think. I'm sorry I pause it here, but here's also what I think. I just think Canada, right? It's just unique in its own way. They don't make noise, right? And they are not out there just because it makes total sense. They are, how do I put it? They are just on their own lane. I don't know how to put it. It's just like they are not here for trouble. Just don't come for them, right? Let them stay where they are, peaceful, respect themselves, and just mind their business and focus on their focus, right? So I just think that Canada itself is just where it is, and it's just okay. I just think that it's okay where they are, like no noise, no too much attention drawn to them and whatever. Just that only now people have been talking lots about Canada. Yeah, some good, some not so good, but obviously people are still gonna share their opinion, right? And I just think that they respect their lane, they stay in their lane, and everybody knows that. That's just what I think about Canada, and I respect them for that, because it's not easy for countries to just mind their business and stay and focus on their focus on the one that concerns them. And that's just it. Canada, I see you.
Critics argue that current levels of defense spending are inadequate to address emerging threats or to modernize the Canadian Armed Forces effectively. As climate change accelerates, the Arctic is becoming a hotspot for geopolitical competition, further emphasizing the need for Canada to enhance its military presence and capabilities in the region. The political transition offers an opportunity for Canada's next Prime Minister to reshape the country's defense policies. This could mean increasing defense spending to align with NATO expectations, investing in military modernization, and reinforcing Canada's role as a reliable ally on the global stage. The decisions made by the incoming leadership will play a pivotal role in determining whether Canada strengthens its military power or continues to face criticism for underinvestment in defense. As the world watches this leadership change, the implications for Canada's military and geopolitical standing will depend on the priorities and strategies of Trudeau's successor. The stakes are high, and the decisions made in the coming months will shape the future of Canada's defense posture and its role in the international community.
Okay, thank you for sharing this. This was good information regardless. I love what I learned. Before now, I haven't checked any video talking about Canadian military, army, or whatever. But so far, so good. I respect them. I respect their lane. They don't make noise. They just stay there. Maybe, should they do better? Okay, what's best for the nation, right? Whatever is best for the nation, then they should improve on that. But so far, so good. This is good information. And yeah, I love what I learned so far. I love what I just heard so far. And yeah, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Are you Canadian? What do you think about this video? Obviously, lots of people would have their thoughts regarding what was shared here still, but I love your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Or do you think there are other interesting videos that you might also want me to check regarding Canada? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.